In a distant land where tradition held more sway than reason, there lived a wise man named Arjun. He dwelled in a village named Samartha, a place where the word of the priests echoed louder than the voice of reason, and people believed that mere prayers could absolve them of any wrongdoing. The village was nestled among rolling hills, its vibrant culture painted with ornate rituals and daily prayers. Arjun had spent his life learning from various sources of wisdom, seeking knowledge from different cultures and religions. He had come to realize that while prayers were important, following the moral values of the deities was equally significant. He believed that the purpose of religion was to cultivate kindness, empathy, and compassion in the hearts of individuals. However, this perspective put Arjun at odds with the prevailing beliefs of the villagers and even the powerful priests who controlled their spiritual narratives. He was often shunned for questioning the unquestionable, and was labeled as a misguided soul who didn't understand the true path to salvation. As days turned into years, the village became more entrenched in its dogma. The priests exploited the villagers' trust, convincing them that as long as they offered daily prayers, they could indulge in deceitful acts without consequence. The moral fabric of Samartha began to unravel as crime rates soared and dishonesty prevailed. People were blinded by their blind faith, unable to distinguish between true spirituality and manipulation. Amid this turmoil, Arjun continued to advocate for the importance of practicing the moral teachings of the deities. He stood at the outskirts of the village, sharing stories and fables that highlighted the significance of compassion, honesty, and respect for all living beings. His words resonated with a few individuals who dared to question the status quo. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, casting a warm glow across the village, a young girl named Maya approached Arjun. Maya had heard his stories and admired his courage in speaking out against the priest's manipulation. She shared her concerns about the increasing injustice in Samartha and her desire to make a change. With a kind smile, Arjun welcomed Maya's eagerness to learn and initiated her into a small circle of truth seekers. They started meeting in secret, discussing morality, empathy, and the essence of spirituality. Their discussions were like a breath of fresh air in the stifling environment of Samartha. Word of these secret gatherings reached the priests, who saw Arjun's influence as a threat to their authority. They decided to confront him publicly, hoping to discredit his teachings and solidify their control over the villagers. They challenged Arjun to a debate, confident that they could expose his false ideology. The day of the debate arrived, and the village square was bustling with villagers eager to witness the clash of ideologies. Arjun stood tall, his eyes gleaming with the light of wisdom. The priests, adorned in opulent robes, preached about the sanctity of prayers and how they could wash away even the darkest deeds. When it was Arjun's turn to speak, he shared a story of a beggar who, despite having nothing, helped a wounded bird back to health. He spoke of the importance of actions that aligned with the teachings of the deities, and how prayers, when unaccompanied by genuine goodness, were mere empty words. As his words flowed, a hush fell over the crowd. People began to question their beliefs, torn between the familiar doctrine of the priests and the newfound perspective of Arjun. Maya stepped forward, courage burning in her eyes, and recounted stories of villagers who had been victimized by the very priests who claimed to be conduits of salvation. The villagers' hearts wavered, their faith shaken by the revelations. The debate ended without a clear victor, but the seeds of doubt had been sown. Slowly but surely, people began to reevaluate their actions and consider the true essence of their beliefs. Over time, as stories of kindness and compassion spread, the village of Samartha transformed. People started prioritizing the moral teachings over blind rituals, realizing that genuine goodness was the path to salvation. The priests, faced with the collective awakening of the villagers, were compelled to reassess their practices and align their teachings with true spiritual values. Arjun's wisdom had prevailed, not through force or coercion, but through the power of truth and compassion. The village of Samartha became a beacon of change in a world that had been dominated by hollow beliefs. The legacy of the wise man lived on, reminding everyone that following the moral teachings of the deities was the true path to enlightenment, far beyond the mere act of prayer. In the tapestry of today's generation, the story of Arjun and the village of Samartha weaves morals that are particularly essential. In an age inundated with information and influences, the virtue of critical thinking and questioning authority stands paramount. Amidst the clamor of opinions, it's imperative to pause, evaluate, and make choices founded on discernment rather than blind adherence. The timeless truth that actions resonate louder than mere words reverberates profoundly in today's world. In an era where authenticity is celebrated and societal challenges beckon for genuine change, The call to align beliefs with tangible actions is more resonant than ever. Empathy, the cornerstone of human connection, remains an abiding value. The digital age has globalized our reach, necessitating empathy and compassion as bridges that span cultural divides and socioeconomic gaps. As ethics become the currency of trust, personal integrity and accountability rise as moral pillars. The transparency of the modern age encourages us to be the custodians of our actions, driving us toward a world where trust is nurtured and relationships are fortified. In our kaleidoscopic world, the story's portrayal of cultural openness and inclusivity shines as a beacon. In an era where the tapestry of society is woven with myriad threads of identity, embracing and understanding diverse perspectives paves the path toward unity and solidarity. Yet, as the digital ecosystem burgeons, discernment is paramount. The story underscores the importance of skepticism toward dogma, urging us to curate our beliefs from a mosaic of sources, fostering our intellectual growth and resilience. Echoing through the narrative is the empowerment of youth, a clarion call to harness the boundless energy and innovative fervor of young minds. In a world that stands at the crossroads of transformation, their voices are pivotal, resonating with freshness and audacity. The story's illumination of the interplay between spirituality and morality holds special relevance. It's a reminder that spirituality should transcend rituals, cascading into a life rooted in kindness and empathy, especially as the contemporary landscape navigates nuanced ethical dilemmas. As communities become digital and borders blur, the tale's message of community building reverberates with renewed significance. Our interconnected world demands robust communities that uplift, support, and champion collective growth. Lastly, the call to seek truth and authenticity remains steadfast. In a sea of virtual realities and curated personas, the quest for authenticity, guided by truth-seeking, forges a path through the labyrinth of information.